Wednesday, September 2nd, we will be having our full moon in Pisces. So again, typically with any kind of moon event, our emotions are high. Things are a little bit wacky. Things are a little bit weird. Definitely passionate, definitely intense. Now, because this full moon is about release, just like all other full moons, and purging and endings and closures and all of those fun things, the full moon in Pisces wants us to have a little bit more empathy, compassion for other people. There is a huge spiritual connection that happens with any kind of Piscean energy, which is going to be very, very good for humanity. We are at a tipping point. You're seeing it all over the world right now. We're on the verge of civil wars, when realistically these people need to realize that it's not about race, it's not about color, it's not about religion, it's not about sex, it's not about class. It's about recognizing that we are all human. We are all of the same race. If it's anything, which I don't believe in divide, because divide is man-made in order to reign power and control over another group of people. But let's just say, for instance, if there was a divide happening here, it is good versus evil. And those evil doers, those evil, inhumane doers that literally run the world are on the platform right now, scared because the people are waking up. We are recognizing that we have been put into an enslavement type of system, making sure that we are dumbed down, that we stay unhealthy, that we are brainwashed by the propaganda in which they put on our televisions, on our social media. And honestly, most of us are delusional. We do not have the facts. We do not have the truth, because we are not critical thinkers. We need to wake up. We need to recognize that what we are being fed is a narrative and a script that only favors the evil doers in the world. This is why the spiritual awakening is so important at this time, because people are waking up. They're critically thinking. They are logically thinking. They are doing their own research. They are not reacting to the headlines on the news or in social media, and instead are acting as the observer, stepping away, giving it a little bit of time, and recognizing that most of these narratives being pushed down our throat, especially where race is concerned at this time, is literally a scripted event in order for the people that have been in power for many, many years, the evildoers, in order for them to stay in power. And you know what? The age of Aquarius, we don't get down like that. The age of Aquarius is making equal opportunities for everyone once we realize that we are all the same. We all come from the same source. We are all humans here on this planet. We are all one. And once we can see past those man-made divides, I'm telling you, we're going to be living in a new earth where unity and empathy and compassion is ruling over the people instead of power, control, money, and corruption. It's going to be a beautiful thing, people. I'm telling you, we just have to be patient. So this Piscean moon is going to be a big deal, on top of the fact that we have a couple of different aspects taking place along with the Piscean moon, which means that, you know what, as emotionally intense as things may be, we are a little bit delusional. We are a little bit confused, because that Piscean energy, there's no boundaries there. Everything's kind of blurry. We don't know what is true. We don't know what is not true. And so we just kind of ebb and flow with whatever is coming to us. But Venus is going to be opposing Saturn that day as well. And this is going to make us a little bit guarded, especially with our intimate relationships, because we're feeling unsure about everything. We have a tendency to push people away, to keep people at arm's length at this time, because not only are we unsure about our own feelings, we are definitely not sure about other people's feelings. And we have a tendency under this particular energy to feel very disconnected, to feel very unloved, to really see that, you know, I do have a lot of fears and insecurities and doubts coming up within myself. And am I projecting that onto the people and the relationships that I see of value? Am I, making stuff up in my mind? Is there a disconnect? Do they still love me? Do I still have a place with them? We're definitely questioning our values as far as other people go. And to make matters even more intense, a lot of the time around full moons, we find ourselves to be very impulsive because we're feeling a lot of emotions that we can't make sense of anyways. And a lot of people turn to trying to fill that void with food or sex or drugs or buying things. And let me just tell you, you have to avoid those things like the plague this time around, because this Piscean moon is going to be, very intense as far as the emotions go. But this is a beautiful, beautiful time to switch the narrative and to be creative, to be imaginative, to really allow yourself to float away in that dreaminess and visualize what it is you've been working so hard to manifest. Visualize what new earth would actually look like for you, for your loved ones, for humanity. This is a great time to connect with spiritual traditions, spiritual routines, and really get in touch with what it is your spirit and your soul is saying, instead of your critical, egoic mind running all over the place with doubts and insecurities.